When Friends premiered in 1994, it wasn't trying to change television. It was just a simple sitcom about 6 people living in New York City. But somehow, that simplicity became its greatest strength. 3 decades later, Friends isn't just a show. It's comfort television. It's a part of people's lives. So why does Friends still work? Why does a show from the 90s continue to attract new audiences, even in the era of streaming, social media, and short attention spans? Let's find out. First, it's the chemistry. Jennifer Aniston, Courtney Cox, Lisa Kudrow, Matt LeBlanc, Matthew Perry, and David Schwimmer didn't just play friends. They felt like friends. Their interactions, timing, and small gestures built a world that felt real. When you watched them talk around that orange couch in Central Perk, it didn't feel like acting. It felt like hanging out with your own group. That chemistry didn't happen overnight. The cast famously negotiated as a team, supported each other, and shared the spotlight. There was no single star. The show worked because everyone mattered equally. That balance created what most sitcoms struggle to find: emotional rhythm. Each character was distinct, but together they formed something universal. Then there's the writing. Friends had the perfect blend of comedy and familiarity. It never tried to be clever for the sake of it. Instead, the humor came from everyday struggles: dating, work, friendships, family expectations. The writers understood that life's funniest and most emotional moments come from the ordinary. Think about it. Joey's simple "how you doin'?" Ross's disastrous "we were on a break." Phoebe's smelly cat. Monica's competitive streak. Chandler's sarcastic one-liners. These moments are funny, but they also reveal who these people are. That's why fans can quote the lines decades later, because they come from character, not punchlines. Another reason Friends endures is timing, both comedic and cultural. It arrived in the mid-90s, a time before smartphones and social media. People watched it together week after week. It captured an era when being in your 20s meant uncertainty, shared apartments, and trying to figure life out. That period of young adulthood is universal, no matter the decade. Even Gen Z today can relate to that feeling of chasing careers, relationships, and stability, just like Monica and Rachel did back then. Then there's the setting. New York City isn't just a backdrop. It's almost a character. The small apartments, the coffee shop, the streets. Everything feels cozy, familiar, and timeless. Central Perk became the heart of the show because it represented comfort. It was the one place where everyone could come together, no matter what chaos life threw at them. That sense of belonging is a big reason people rewatch Friends. It's not just about laughter. It's about emotional safety. Let's not forget the emotional depth. For all its jokes, Friends knew when to be serious. Ross and Rachel's complicated love story, Chandler overcoming his fear of commitment, Monica's journey toward self-acceptance, and Phoebe's unique past. These arcs gave the show genuine heart. It never lingered too long on sadness, but it always let emotion breathe. That's what makes it comforting even on repeat viewings. When Friends ended in 2004, millions of viewers cried. The finale wasn't just the end of a TV show. It was the end of a decade-long friendship that felt real. For many, Friends marked a time in their own lives. And that's why rewatching it feels like revisiting an old memory. Familiar, warm, and safe. Over the years, Friends became a kind of emotional anchor. When streaming platforms brought it back, a new generation discovered it. Even without 90s nostalgia, they connected to the themes: friendship, uncertainty, humor, and love. In a world that feels faster and more chaotic, Friends offers something steady. And of course, part of the show's legacy comes from its cast. They became cultural icons. Even today, when people talk about the best sitcom characters ever written, names like Chandler, Phoebe, and Joey are always mentioned. Each actor brought something specific: humor, vulnerability, timing, that made these characters feel alive. The reunion special years later reminded everyone just how rare that chemistry was. So why does Friends still work? Because it reminds us of a simple truth. Life is messy, unpredictable, and sometimes painful. But when you have people who care about you, it becomes bearable. The show celebrates the beauty of ordinary connections. It shows that growing up doesn't mean growing apart. And it proves that laughter is still the best way to survive change. That's why Friends hasn't faded with time. It's timeless because it's about us. The awkward moments, the breakups, the laughter, and the friendships that keep us going. So the next time you hear that familiar theme song, I'll be there for you. Take a second to smile, because that's what Friends really promised us all those years ago. No matter where life takes you, you're never truly alone.